The ETSU Buccaneers will soon have a new stadium to call home. 3 years ago, the Student Government Association voted to build a new football stadium on campus.
It's basically going to be in the hillside in the parking area that's adjacent to the Facility Services building, just down the street from Lunsford and Lucille Clement dormitories.
The new football stadium will be built right over top of this parking lot, between the Bassler Center for Physical Activity and the Facility Management Building.
We do anticipate breaking ground here in the next several months. So the hope is that Phase 1 would be completed by the fall of 17 so that we could play our football season here on campus in a little less than 2 years from now.
One question on everyone's mind is why bring football back before having our own stadium?
I think a lot had to do with getting back in our Southern Conference. The sooner the better for a lot of people.
Some students are excited about having football back at ETSU. Others are more skeptical, citing concerns about the parking problems that could occur due to the placement of the stadium.
In general, I really like the fact that we're having a football team now. I really appreciate having sports in a college. I don't think it's a real necessity. I mean, we've went without it for 10 years now. And the fact that the football stadium is going to be built is going to affect parking a lot. And it already takes me like an hour when I get here in the mornings to find a spot anyway.
I am quite opposed to it, especially its location. I think it's probably the worst possible place they could have chose to put it, especially because that's where most of the people who live in the dorms park, and that's where I park when I drive to campus. It's a very large parking lot. A lot of people park there, and as soon as they put that football stadium there, it's going to create the parking problem that they just tried to solve with the parking garage.
That's a question that's come up a few times, and we have studied that obviously with the university. There is some parking that is in the southwest corner of campus where the stadium would be located, but obviously the parking garage created an unbelievable relief of pressure. The areas around our campus that are provisions for parking now, there's obviously, I want to say it's lot 21 or 22 that goes all the way from the practice fields out by the soccer field. There's a lot of parking there that rarely fills up during the day. Not going to hide from that question. It's there. We will lose some, but hopefully can add a few back. Certainly, when we're playing ball, we want to have people that can park nearby to get into the stadium, but then on the other days during the work week and school week, we want people to be able to get in and out of classes.
The football stadium is being mostly funded using leadership funds, but student fees constitute about 31% of the $26.6 million goal.
There has been a student fee that was instituted with a student vote a couple of years ago for $125 per semester that has gone to the supplementation of the football program, and the understanding is that has helped with the operating costs, the scholarship costs, and then ultimately the assistance with the stadium and the bond issue that can be derived from that. So tuition has not changed. There has been a student fee that was instilled a few years ago, though.
I really feel bad for the people who actually had it removed from their tuition and who aren't going to get to see them unless they were particularly involved in ETSU while they were here and decide to come back to see it. I kind of feel that was a little bit unfair to them.
The stadium should be finished in time for the Bucs' third season. For the East Tennessean, I'm Katie Parks.